Have you ever heard the quote, people by and large become whatever they think of themselves? This is just a really clear way to explain that the things you think manifest in the person that you are. And this happens with your finances as well. The things you think about money determine how you handle money, how money comes in your life, how you feel about your money, and more. So there are a few really important mindset shifts you probably need to make in order to achieve more financially. And in this video, I'm going to go over 9 money mindset shifts you need to make in order to get better with money. The very first mindset shift is to stop beating yourself up about money. This is a very important first step, especially if you have strong negative feelings about money or shame around money, guilt. Those negative feelings are something you're going to have to let go of. One of the most valuable things you can do is to change how you feel about money overall and to stop beating yourself up for those past mistakes you feel like you made. If you are in debt, if you have a bad credit score, if you are struggling with money, that's a hard place to be in, but you first have to stop thinking of yourself as being bad with money because you made a few mistakes in the past. Do not determine your financial future, so you have to first stop beating yourself up about those mistakes. Starting here and telling yourself that you are capable of change with your finances, telling yourself that you can make better choices in the future is the very first step and very foundational and something you really shouldn't skip. That is the first money mindset shift you need to make. The next one is to stop thinking that you're powerless over money. This one is super common and we all do it casually on some level. It's really easy to look outside of ourselves and outside of our own actions to find things to blame, to say have control over why we're in the situation we're in. A really common one lately, it's really easy to say that we don't have money at the end of the month to put towards saving or investing because of inflation, because of who is in office, because of the economy, because of Wall Street, because of any sort of reason outside of ourselves. It can feel a lot better to take away the personal responsibility of handling your money. Giving all of the power of your financial situation to those sources leaves you feeling powerless, but also makes you feel like it doesn't matter what you do. When instead, you can stop thinking of yourself as this powerless person and instead focus on the things that can improve your finances. Focus on things like changing your money mindset, to budgeting, to actually setting up the right accounts that you need. These are all things that can help you move along financially and things that you can do that are in your control that can give you power and make you feel like you have more control and more power in your financial life. Doing these things will feel a lot better than constantly being broke and feeling like you are out of control because everyone else in power has the control over your life. The next money mindset shift you need to make is viewing money as a tool. Money has a lot of strong emotional connections for most of us, and it also has a lot of habits and things that have embedded themselves in our lives that we don't always think about. A lot of us can view money as a source of stress, or we think of money as something that allows us to get a treat when we feel down. We use money in these ways that doesn't always make sense or move us ahead financially or get us to the place that we want to be. So instead, we need to take a second and think of money as a tool that you are in control of using that tool in order to get the things you want in life. Stepping back from your daily habits and the way that you use money now and viewing it as a tool that you can use to achieve long-term goals that you want, like buying a house or going on a dream vacation, can allow you to start viewing money as a tool that gets you what you want in life rather than just something that exists around you and is constantly going in and out and you have all these emotions, but it's just something that's there instead of being a tool that you use to achieve what you want in life. Another mindset shift that you probably need to make is stop relying on someday. Someday is a great detractor from what you can do right now. A lot of us say that we'll start investing someday when we have more money. We will start saving for that huge expense one day when we have more money. We will start doing the things that are on our to-do list someday. It'll happen, right? Like someday we'll finally have the money that we want to buy a new car or to go on a vacation or to invest for retirement. Someday that will happen. Here's the secret. Someday never comes. It just never comes. When you use the word, I will do this someday, you are using it to deprioritize the task at hand and also push it off to a later date that doesn't ever happen. It's this magical mental get out of jail free card where you think, oh, I'll do it someday, so I don't need to do it now. We're fine now. I don't need to save for retirement now because I'll do it someday. I'll get rich in the future. I don't need to work on it now. I don't need to work on saving money right now because I'll do it someday. Your future self in your mind is always going to be better than your current self. self. So we have to stop relying on that fictional future self to do the things that we need to do right now. We have to stop relying on someday and focus on right now, what we can do right now. And maybe that's only a small fraction of what we think our future someday self will do. But even if it's just saving $5 this week, that is something that you can do now and is current and is present and is so important versus that future someday version of yourself that's going to save $500 in a week. Save the $5 now instead of relying on someday. Another mindset shift to make to get better with money is to focus on intentional spending. Spending is something that most of us don't work on enough, and it's really truly a skill. Spending money in a way that is in tune with your budget and what you actually have to spend, along with making your life better in the current moment, is a skill. A lot of us don't think about money and spending as a skill, but it really is. Instead, we just know that we have to spend money. Money comes in, money goes out. It goes out constantly. It's always bleeding our bank account dry. Spending is just necessary and something that happens without thought for a lot of us. So one of the best money mindset skills you can take is to actually focus on intentional spending. Spending money in ways that improve your life now, to bring happiness into your life now, to avoid things like buying just to fit in or buying to keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with the people around you. Making sure that your spending is really intentional and thought out and mindful. This is a huge skill that's not something you can do overnight, but it's a money mindset shift that as you work on, as you improve this skill of spending intentionally, can drastically transform your life, your budget, your finances. It's something that you really, really, really could benefit from. Another mindset shift you can make right now to improve your life financially is to start loving what you already have. This is something that can be really hard to do and is more on the mindfulness, minimalist side, but appreciating the things that you already have will improve your finances too. It's so easy to fall into the trap of constantly wanting more and better and newer things because those things do exist. They come out constantly. It's really easy to fall in the trap of constantly wanting new things to replace what you already have. There are advertising departments and influencers where their whole job is just to sell you new stuff constantly. You always could find something new and better to fit into your home, to your life, to spend money in a way that will maybe improve your life for a minute or two. But the trick is to really focus on what you already have and make sure that what you have is being enjoyed, is being appreciated, and is something that you want to keep in your life. Making the most of what you already own is something that few of us actually think about as a skill related to money, but it's so, so important. Loving what you already have will stop you from spending more on things that you think will fill that need, that gap in your happiness. Focusing on what you have, what you value, what you already have going on in your life allows you to really cut back on that unintentional spending that's encouraged by society. On a similar note, another money mindset shift that you can make that will drastically change how you spend money in your finances is believing that you are enough. This is really crucial because basically, like I said, those advertising departments, those influencers, those companies that are trying to sell you things are constantly trying to convince you that you're not enough without the thing they're selling. They want you to think that this new thing that you can spend your money on will improve your life and make you finally be enough. This is a huge money trap where society tries to tell you that you're not enough and you need more products. You need more skincare to look beautiful. You need more clothes to be fashionable and fit in. You need more of whatever it is to actually be enough for other people and for yourself. If you can avoid this trap and shift your money mindset to finally believing that you're enough, to not needing to spend money to feel like you're enough, this will drastically change how much money you have, how much money you spend, and the trajectory of your financial life. With this money mindset shift, you'll finally know that you're enough without spending money and accumulating more material possessions that you don't necessarily need and don't have the money to spend on. Another money mindset shift in this area is finding contentment through possessions. Basically, you are probably always thinking that you will find contentment if you do make that next purchase. You are constantly sold the dream, and finding contentment in our stuff, in our material possessions, is a really normal thought process. We live in a society that is built on consumption, and overconsumption is everywhere. It is a drug where we all want more and more and more, constantly consuming more and more things, putting more things in our homes, buying bigger homes to put more stuff in those homes. But the sad reality is this doesn't work. You'll never find contentment through possessions. You'll never find contentment through buying enough stuff because there's always more stuff to buy. And with this money mindset shift, you need to think about contentment outside of what you own, because honestly, all of the stuff that you own could be wiped out in a second. It could be gone tomorrow. And we all need to be able to figure out contentment without our possessions and figure out a money mindset shift where we detach a little bit from what we own so that we're able to say, no, I don't need that when the temptation occurs and when the consumption is right in front of our faces. Chasing contentment through consumption never ever works. So shifting your mindset to chasing contentment through your own personal internal self is so important and really something that will change your finances. And the final money mindset shift I'm going to talk about today is needing results immediately. This is something that, of course, a lot of us want results immediately. When you start paying off debt, you want to see things happen much faster than they actually will. When you start to change your finances, you want results so much faster than you're going to achieve them. But this is great because it's a really crucial lesson to personal finance. Delayed gratification is everything. It's crucial. Delayed gratification is the key to actually succeeding with your money, because delayed gratification is how you actually achieve anything like building wealth, saving for retirement, saving for a home. You have to be able to wait for a long period of time in order to get the results that you need with your money. This can be a really tough money mindset to shake because most of us want immediate results, immediate gratification with the money that we have. We want to do something with our money and have immediate results, but the delayed gratification is what really makes a difference. The long-term payoff of using your money well, of investing, of saving, putting money aside a little bit at a time over a long period of time is how most of us build wealth and actually succeed with money. If you invest in the stock market for 1 year, you might make some money. But if you invest your money into the stock market for 30 years, you're going to make more money. You're going to build wealth. This is just how money works, and something that you need to shift your mindset to looking at if you want to succeed. You have to give your money time to grow in most situations. So being able to step back, look at the long-term payoff 10, 30, 50 years later is incredibly important, and a money mindset shift you need to make. So those are the 9 money mindset shifts that you really need to make in order to succeed financially. They are things that I've had to learn over time, and I still struggle with a lot of these, but I know that they are critical for my financial success and yours. I would love to know what you're working on with your money mindset shifts right now. Let me know in the comments, and then watch this video next.